welcome to Diary of a Dude. I'm not sure what number this is, could be 4. Let's shut that window a bit. I'm currently in my Abarth 595 Trefio and I'm taking a drive to Euro Car Parts. My last video would have been on the Peugeot, and obviously it's complete. I didn't mention it in that video at the time, but I had a filter on my camera that I didn't realise I had on, so the video was a little bit bright. What's that rattling? Ah, window's not shut. Yeah, so I do apologise for that if you didn't watch it, thought it was a bit light. So I was just doing some maintenance on my vehicles, and I 100% couldn't remember if I'd serviced the Peugeot, but anyway, I was topping up the oil on my Mini and doing some various bits and bobs, which I'm going to do a video on shortly, so I'm going to do the scuttle panel. And check the oil, and I realised it's got no oil in it. It is literally below the first dot on your dipstick, so obviously you get 2 dots. So I was like, oh right, because it was in the garden, I was a bit uneven, so I thought perhaps it's a bit uneven, but I checked it, double checked it, and then I had some oil in the cupboard, so I topped it up, and it didn't even bring it above the first dot still. So I thought, oh, so this is my trip to Euro Car Parts to get some oil and a filter. What I love about Euro Car Parts is it's just dirt cheap. So I didn't buy anything expensive, but I bought 5 litres of, I think it's 5W40, or the other way around, you know what I mean, or was it 5W30, one of them, and that was 25 quid for 5 litres. I only, is that a car going up there for? I only need 3.6 litres, so I don't need it all. It was cheaper to buy the 5 litre, but I brought that and an air filter, which you're going to see in a minute. The air filter was like £5.5 quid, and of course the never-ending discounts that Euro Parts give, it was just under 30 quid for the lot, and with the discount it's 14 quid, making you buy 14 quid's worth of oil and oil filter from. It's ridiculous. I just use their own brand oil, which is, I think it's Q-Tech, and it's not the worst oil in the world by far. It's just cheap, and people always assume, oh, it's cheap oil. It's not. Euro Car Parts are a big company and they can buy in bulk, so they put very heavy levies on quantities, obviously, of what they buy in. So you have to imagine, if you're going to buy millions of litres of oil to sell in your shops, you're going to want to run a good rate, and it entices you to come to the shop anyway, doesn't it? Their sister company, cheap Car Parts for Less, do it even cheaper, but they don't allow you to collect, which it's just Euro Car Parts, that company, just online only. And yesterday I actually brought a lower wishbone, what did I buy? A lower wishbone I brought a lower wishbone joint. It came up as an advisory on the MOT. No, it didn't come up as an advisory on the MOT. The guy at the MOT station just letting me know that it started to deteriorate, and it would obviously start showing up in an advisory soon. So obviously I chopped it and changed it. And with the Euro Car Parts, there was no discount on it. It was 25 quid, which was a bit annoying. But I made the stupid mistake of not checking first. So they just said offside front lower ball joint, so I just obviously ordered the ball joint. It was on Euro Car Parts, 25 quid. Anyway, I used their sister company and ordered it, and it was 25 quid on there, because it's exactly the same products, everything's exactly the same bar the price, and you get your discount, and I got it for 17 quid. No, yeah, 12 pound, and then there was a delivery charge of something, and it still works out to be only 17 quid, so it was still cheaper to order it, and that's coming today. But why is there traffic lights here again? Yeah, so I ordered it and it's coming today, but I really should have checked what joint it was, and I took the wheel off yesterday. Obviously these videos are far behind each other, so when I put up my last video of doing this exact, oh no, the road's closed ahead, I want to go down there. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, my memory loss is terrible. It'll come back to me in a minute. Yeah, so when I checked the ball joint, I thought it was like the lower wishbone ball joint, and it wasn't. It was the track rod ball joint had gone. I looked at it and there was just nothing left of it virtually. Well, there is something left of it, obviously, because it wasn't like the worst in the world, but it was quite rusty. So I went back to Euro Car Parts yesterday. This is my second time to go to Euro Car Parts in 2 days. I went yesterday and brought one, and this time it was 22 quid as well, but they allowed me to use the Easter discount, so I got it for 12 quid. So I went and took that. I never actually changed one of those ball joints before, so when it came, it was just like a bar with... Oh shit. Hang on, there's a policeman coming. Well, that's a bit awkward, isn't it? There's only one lane. Oh, I really just shouldn't have done that. Never mind. There we go. A bit of excitement for you. Yes, I hadn't changed one of those before, especially not on that particular car. And then the ball joint came in various pieces, and I was like, oh my god, how do I assemble this? And good old YouTube, you have to go on YouTube and have a look. But even the YouTube videos were crap, because people didn't actually show you a good close-up. So it came assembled. I didn't know if that was the correct assembly. But yeah, I put it on and I worked it out in the end. I went off by the old one, even though the old one was no E part. No EM even. Yeah, it's on anyway, so I'll test it later. That was just because I think the steering's still a bit vague. I don't know if anybody knows. I've been trying to look for the power steering reservoir on the 107 and can't find it anywhere. And I'm guessing it's not linked up with the brake, surely. That's the only reservoir I can find in there, and I've had a look and I can't actually find it. So I need to check the power steering fluid. I've got some power steering fluid, but I need to change it. That's a bit annoying, having to go all the way around. I'm on my DJI Osmo camera, which has got rock steady stabilisation on it, it's called. And I put you in a car mount on the windscreen. That ironically doesn't fit my other camera, but only this one. So I'm hoping, though I can see it shaking to death, you're not getting a shaky picture, because it should stabilise itself. Though it does look like it's drifting down a bit there. Yeah, there we go. So I'm not much sure I can show you me driving. Obviously you want to point the camera frontwards and show me driving somewhere. That's a bit exciting. Anyway, I'll come back to you in a minute with my parts, and I'm not going to film the process of changing the oil on the Peugeot, because as far as anyone's concerned, my last video said that the Peugeot's finished and that was it. But this is Diary of a Dude, so this is the in-between bits. So it's still lurking around. It's a good job I did double check the service, because it's so easy to forget, especially when you have quite a few cars and you deal with them. It's very easy to forget, and I would have sold that car with barely any oil in it. I'm not changing the air filter because there's nothing wrong with the air filter. I have looked at that. That's what made me think I'd already done it. So I got the air filter out, and it's absolutely perfect. So I honestly thought I'd already done it, which is a bit silly. There you go. Anyway, I'll come back to you once we're maybe on the way back. Oh, I don't know. You know what I mean. Well, I've done the oil. This is my little selection of bits that needs got the dump. So I just got a Crossland filter, and then that QX, I got the name wrong. And it took 3.6 litres. This is all that came out of it. This is a 5 litre tub. There was only 2 litres in it. I knew it was low, but I didn't realise it was that low. It basically filled that to about there, and that was it. But it's over there. I'm just running it up a bit. I just checked for some leaks, and there's no leaks. And they were like, the pressure light went out straight away. I think I mentioned in a previous what's that there? Why isn't that going in? The clip spring. I think I mentioned previously that the steering's notchy. Oh yeah, on the main video, that the last one. And I was looking for the reservoir for the power steering, and I've realised now, and I stupidly knew that before, but I don't even know why I didn't think. It's electronic, so obviously it's not serviceable unless you change it. A quick Google search said These are quite prone for power steering issues, and you need to buy a pump. So it probably could benefit with a new pump, but they're 100 quid and I ain't going to buy one. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just a little bit, I don't know, just a little bit annoying now and then. I've already polished this roof. Obviously I didn't do it very good. There you go. That's it. I was going to take out the garden now. I don't really need to do anything else with it. It doesn't sound any different just because there's more oil in it, but obviously it's going to be better for it. I'm in the process of changing the stereo. I am doing an individual video on that. I've done the stereo, I'm waiting for the surround. I got the supplier sent me the wrong surround, so even though it's in and working, it just hasn't got the right surround on it, which is a bit annoying. That's it really. I do need to take it out. Dog's always chilling. If not, she's not chilling, she's moaning. So I need to sell that, and then it is for sale obviously. I wait on the logbook, but I still might advertise it. I need to sell that and that one over there. It's lovely and clean, that one is. There's some holograms in the paintwork from when I did the buffing. Apologies for the wind. I'm still on my action cam. It's more better for blogging on this one. We had a dust storm come over the other day. I've had to clean all cars yesterday, and it's from the Sahara, believe it or not. It gets picked up and sent for hundreds of miles. But I'm going to start on this. I'm going to do the scuttle. A simple windscreen has led me to changing the scuttle. I've got a new scuttle, so I'm debating whether just to cut the bottom pieces out and put them in, or take the whole scuttle out, because I have got the whole scuttle. But my only dilemma with taking the scuttle out, all of it is, you've got to cut it, and then down here, I don't know how it's joined, so I might just trim it down, and it's easier for me then. It's not a full-on restoration, I just want to get the new screen in. There's a bit of corrosion down there already, so I might have to make a few pieces, so I was thinking if I could just use it all. The rest of it's pretty good, so I don't really need to go wild on it. There's a bit there, I might have to go further back there. Anyway, I'm going to pull that over there and make an effort, because as you can see, it looks like a derelict car that's been left, but all this firewall crap, whatever it is, I don't even know if you call it firewall stuff in the UK, I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's a bit rotten in places, look. It's really irritating. I don't know if I can actually just get away with doing that bit. I don't know. There's a bit down here. Oh, I didn't realise it was that bloody bad. And then this piece here. Oh. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess, and I want to use it, and I can't because it's bloody rotten. Let's get it over there and you know, see what we're assessing, and take the window back out and all the rubber. I completely forgot about that bit down there. Anyway, let's move along. Right, I'm starting on the Mini, and you just know when you start something it's going to be worse. It's just for the filler. It's probably obvious really, isn't it? I was tempted just to cut out the rusty bits with my new scuttle and then put the rusty bits, cut the rusty bits out and put new metal in, but yeah. Nice bit of filler. I went to the effort of doing that bit, filling it. But not that bit. I left that bit to rust. And then over here's the same. I'm not even going to bother getting down here. So my new scuttle. Hang on. Put you there. Finished. Is it me or the profile not even the same? Oh, I'm being stupid. It's upside down. God, I'm so stupid. No, it's not. I am being special. It was upside down. Wrong way round, sorry, not upside down. Right, now we finished. Is it really that far down? That looks like it's miles out. Is that upside down as well? No, it can't be. That must be right. Oh, it's just sat in there. It's got to tuck down and under, isn't it, I suppose? Anyway, I'll come back to you once I've got a bit further away. That's what I'm left with. Come in handy, the old air tool. Gets it out. I have marked a bit of the corner here, but I went a bit wild down there. But I mean, I can dress that if I keep this wing. There's a bit of surface rust there, and then that bit's rusty there, but I mean, it's not that bad. It's still quite a solid wing, and it would be better if I could save it. But you know, but this bit inside is probably a bit more than I thought. And then you got that. So I do think I've got to take the wings off, to be fair. Wow, it's a bit naughty in there of me taking that bit off there, but there we go. And look at the filler in there. It just peeled. Look at that thickness. I just don't know why people do that. It must have taken ages to put that filler in and then sand it smooth, because it was quite smooth before. I bet the effort involved would have been just as much as putting a new scuttle in. Anyway, that's where we are. Right, a bit more into it. Got all the crap off. There it is over there. I cut it along the top and then used an air chisel to get some of the top out, which didn't prove very popular, but as you can see. So I've just done that. I've dented the wing, but you know, I haven't decided whether I'm keeping these wings yet. But some parts is just so rusty, so I'm not too sure what to do about the bulkhead. How the hell do you replace that? I mean, it just all, I don't know, maybe I can get a cut out. I mean, it's quite sturdy down there. Okay, well, having a super thin blade on is great, and if you're wondering I haven't got a cover on it, yeah, I know. Trust me, even with a cover on, I've had them explode on me. They still get you, but I don't sit, you know, face it, if you know what I mean. So that bit rusted out over there. So all that bad bit there is just because there was a leak in the window. And if they had just treated that, I mean, they did it all, but if it just didn't sit on that top of that rubber, it wouldn't have done that. I mean, that corner's bad, but you can sort that out. This, well, anyway, I'm going to offer up the panel. So what, I can put you on this camera. This is my vlogging camera after all. fattest gap ever there. I need to bash out the other corner. Because obviously I can't get that one in there now. Slightly further. So ignore the bonnet. It's sitting a bit high and then I've got to lift that up, but we've got a feckle here to bring the line, and obviously this panel, the curve is bigger than it needs to be. Even this started bending when I was trying to get the seam out. It's got to go down and then come up there, but the bonnet is just, you know, it's not even screwed down. I made a boo-boo. Never mind, everything can be filled. I've got to sort the gaps, but I cut there as well, that's holding in there. Obviously I have to cut some of that down so you can get the gist of what it should look like. I've got to sort that out as well, but I'm just getting the lining up so I can, once this is all feckled with, I can just weld it in or tack it in once I've dealt with what's behind. That's what's most of it. Anyway, it's 5 o'clock and it's the 3rd of April, so I'm going to switch off and come back tomorrow. So see you then.